Well, hello everybody. Hello Rosie Bangle. Hello Beth D. Chom Choms. It is now Sunday, October 6th, the birthday of my good friend Bill Carlson from college, turning 70 today. Happy birthday, Bill. Too bad I don't have your email address. I'd love to send you a happy birthday, or I should say I think I have your email address. I just don't think I have your phone number. Anyway, something has gone on here with this setup. I can't see how many people are watching at any given time, so maybe I'll ask you guys to alert me. Is everybody, can you all hear me? Say yes, yes, yes. Well, we're having some beautiful fall winter in Portland after a rainy September. How's the weather in Belgium? How's the weather in the UK? How's the weather wherever you are? Give me some feedback. I wish I could. Currently it says 11. Well, you just every now and then let me know. Thanks, Jack, Godfrey, Richard Hope, Taco Platter, coming right in at the beginning with your normal $5 donation. Thank you very much. The super chat little dollar sign is at the bottom right. Thank you, Taco. I don't even know your real name, but I love your other name because or your YouTube name. It's very cool. All right, people are joining, and that's a good thing. Anyway, let me go ahead and see who else is here as I go click on OBS. Yeah. Dark, grim weather in the Netherlands. Well, you are in Northern Europe after all, huh? Scotland, yes, I love Scotland. I lived there, Dearborn, Michigan. I just moved yesterday. Hey, nice to hear from you, Cheyenne. Currently, I'm unpacking. Want to come join you? Yes. Transylvania. Oh my goodness, we've had Lithuania. Where the heck is Transylvania anyway? Weather here is UK 10 degrees centigrade and very well. Well, someone translate that to Fahrenheit. I used to know the 9/5 something plus 32. Anyway, I need to go I need to get the translation. 0 degrees centigrade I know is freezing, so maybe in the 40s, sunny and warm in LA. Of course. Hey, Richard, I haven't seen you before. What else? Robin Stanley, how do you get in your mind that you will get better? Oh, that is a tough one. Robin, that is a $64,000 question. Can anybody raise their hand and tell me when you're in a severe depression, how do you get in your mind that you'll get better? Because here's the thing, guys, boys and girls. When you're in a severe depression, you don't think you're going to get better. You don't think you're going to get well. You think this is forever. And then that becomes dangerous because after a while you say, well, why bother hanging out in this incarnation? So you have to have other people around you affirming that for you. Or take a look at one of my videos. Here's something that okay. Robin, this is what you have to say. The 4 words that can save a life. Are you ready? A mantra. So here it comes. This too shall pass. I just heard this amazing TED Talk by a guy named Mark Hennick, N-I-C-K. I highly recommend you watch this. It's 16 minutes. Oh my God. Anyway, he's been through multiple depressive breakdowns since he's been 12 years old. And he says, if he ever had a tattoo, which he doesn't, but if he ever had a tattoo, it would say, this too shall pass, his mantra over and over again. Hey guys, I've been down so long, it looks like up to me 4 times, 4 hospitalizations, and I've come back. All right, Lazy Wrench, hey Rosie, I'll get around to checking email one of these days. Jack Godfrey, depression is also the part when you're not feeling down, you need good people around you. Absolutely, Jack, J-A-K, you hit it on the head. I would not be alive today were not other people holding a field for me. BRB, I've been at the same level of depression for 2 years. I can barely hold a job down because of it. 2 years feels like forever. It absolutely does. What type of treatment are you getting? Are you on antidepressants? Are you using any of these self-care activities? BRB, if you send me an email, I'll send you a free copy of this chart. Self-care activities to improve your mood. Whoops, right here. Healing from depression and anxiety. Well, both sides are good. And this will be an adjunct to whatever kind of mental health treatment you're getting. And by the way, just to remind you that this is for informational and entertainment purposes only, these live chats, not meant to replace diagnosis or treatment by a qualified mental health professional. Anyway, here's my email address. The woman who said douglasblog@gmail.com. Gotta get the schmutz off of there. All right, how to deal with ongoing flashbacks of trauma. Well, that's PTSD, my friend Kelsey. You need to go find a therapist, counselor, psychologist who deals with PTSD and can do some trauma therapy like EMDR. Hey, Gaza Strip guy, am I still the hero of the Palestinians? Perhaps. I don't mean to complain, but I feel so helpless. Shine, you're not complaining. You're just talking about how you're feeling right now. Helplessness, hopelessness, the hallmark of depression. You need to kind of fight against that and tell yourself, I so strongly believe in affirmations. This too shall pass. You know, I have the strength and I have the endurance to see this through. Europe, we're in Europe. Mindfulness. Oh yeah, there's got to be more than 11 people. Well, I think the YouTube counter is off. All right, so I'm going to give you whoever said they were hopeless, man, I got to turn on the, I got to make these comments come more slowly. I really can't keep track of them. Anyway, and speaking of which, anybody who does make any donation of any size today will get this chart that comes from my book. I've spent 20 years in the making. Self-care activities to improve your mood. Anybody got a good joke? Otherwise, I'm going to have to say one. If YouTube helping you or giving you more trouble, hey, also, I admire your work a lot. Well, thank you very much. 44 people here. Thank you, Michael Stageman. I'm late. It's 3:15 here in Malaysia. Oh my God, you are a major trooper to be here this early, unless you have insomnia. I wanted to ask when the workshop for Realigning Anxious Brain will take place again. Well, it's taking place today. This is the second day, but I'm doing an even better or more extensive workshop called Healing from Depression and Anxiety, starting 3 weeks from today and on October 27th, 3 sessions. I'm going to cover both anxiety and depression. So here it's called Healing from Depression and it starts on October 27th. And if you want to sign up or learn more about it, go to Unity here, Spiritual Explorers. You can just type in Douglas Block, Unity Spiritual Explorers. You can go to their website and check it out. Jim, one of my favorite. How am I, Douglas? Pretty good. I really am enjoying the beautiful weather here in Portland. And I'm starting to go in a kind of a alternate day fasting, and my weight is coming down, thank Goddess, and my energy is coming up, so I'm feeling well physically. Jim, less depressed this week, but anger held within and ruminating due to unjust treatment, an outcome that I had me lose so much. So basically, I've got to deal with anger now. Yep, you need to basically get it out, express it, and then, try to forgive whoever harmed you. I know it's difficult. Again, working with a therapist is really good. RCB, Rachel from the UK, the name of my first daughter that I never had. And also from Catherine from the Netherlands. Kelsey Kellerman, is there anything I can do for my trauma while I wait to see a therapist? Well, what type of trauma is it? The first thing you can do is love yourself and do really good self-care. And if memories come up, you could just either just watch them in meditation or, say cancel. But I mean, if you have had really serious trauma, you need to be seeing a therapist. In the meantime, just try to be kind to yourself and try to be compassionate with yourself. Okay, well, don't worry about 11 people. Who cares, I mean, 44, somebody said. Transylvania is Romania. You got to be kidding me, man. Gal, Adela, my mother was born in Romania. I'm half Romanian. Hey, I just got my what do you call it, 23andMe test back. Very interesting. All right, Rahan Raju, haven't seen you before, probably from India. How do you reduce intrusive thoughts? You can't really reduce them, but you can respond to them by either watching them like clouds going overhead or leaves going down a stream, or cancel, and then turn your focus to another direction. My favorite way to reduce, not reduce, but change the way I respond to intrusive thoughts is to get on my bike and cycle up a hill, and by the time I'm at the top, I'm so out of breath, I can't think of anything but my next breath. Intense exercise. Thank you. I do look well. I feel good for 70. Life begins after 70. You know, I just went to buy, I'm going to get a sauna, infrared sauna. Does anybody here own an infrared sauna? They're supposed to have amazing health benefits. I went to Oregon Hot Tub and talked to a very nice salesperson, 36 years old, but her father is 80, 10 years older than I am, and he still works like a dog. Now that is a good role model for me. Someone still works, he works nonstop. At 80, now that is a good role model. What is he doing right? I'm going to ask her next time I talk to her. 48 now. Thank you, MJ Brooklyn. And what is Adele Kozak say no? Oh my God, nice. Hello from Romania. Come here. We have an amazing country. I'd always like to go to Romania, Albania, Bulgaria, Transylvania, well, which is Transylvania, Romania. Hi, Rosie. I come from Bristol, now live near Oxford. You're in Yorkshire, right? Nearly lovely reach. I got to go on a tour. Will someone take me on a tour of Great Britain? I want to go to all these towns. Hey, has anyone ever heard of Bath, England? When 1982, when I went to Scotland, I stopped off in Bath at the Roman spas and had a great time. How should I combat hyper-awareness of people talking about me to the point it's affecting my job? Well, you know, there's an old saying, what people think about me is none of my business. So try to, you know, just tell yourself that, you know, that's their talking, that's their stuff. You know, and if you're having a hard time, you know, talking yourself into a better space, then just, you know, go find a counselor or therapist who can help you. But, you know, all great people, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, had people who spoke against them. You can't get everybody to like you or feel good about you. You have to run your own race and give yourself your own love and affirmation. Hopefully you've got a few close friends, you know, who really can affirm you. So does that help, Selah Mystic? I love your name. What did the dentist say to Dracula? Fangs a lot. Hey, what did the dentist do after he retired? You know, dentists do retire every now and then. Well, he became a drill sergeant. But not before he became depressed first. The dentist became depressed because he was always looking down in the mouth. Someone raise their hand and laugh. No is the way to say I don't believe it. Sorry. No. In America, we say no way. That's how we do it in English. Hey, you come from Romania? No way. Hey, you're 85 years old and can still walk on your hands? No way. Stephanie, this year Pastor Douglas has taught me to acknowledge my D and I, and I'm learning to GI. Well, you can say that again with less, Stephanie, let it be a little bit more. Hey, by the way, I want to get my wife piano lessons. How do you like teaching the piano? That you must have studied as a kid. Jem, oh my God, Bath, I lived there for 10 years, rented a flat opposite the Rowan Baths. Yeah, Bath is phenomenal. It's only been, what, 27 years ago? 37 years ago. Oh my God. I'm old, everybody, I'm old. Help. You like one of my jokes. Are there any good EMDR videos on YouTube, Kelsey Kellerman? There's got to be. There's everything on YouTube. All the knowledge of the human race now and forever and before is on YouTube. You know what Paul Simon said when he wrote the song Boy in the Bubble on his great album Graceland, way back when, before the internet, before cell phones, before the iPads, before YouTube, before Google. This is the age of miracles and wonders. This is the long distance call. He got it right. You guys have no idea, you millennials, you 30-somethings, you 40-somethings, you have no idea what it's like to live in the horse and buggy era like me. No, I cannot tell you. I am so glad to be alive right now. Yeah, no way. I do FaceTime sessions. Wow. Stephanie, we're going to have a talk. Yeah, so helpful. Thanks. I've been on the break from my therapy. Definitely, I'm wanting to start again. I've been in therapy since I've been 18. So is Woody Allen. By the way, you know, I've been thinking about my death a lot because I'm getting old. I remember what Woody Allen said. I don't really mind death. I just don't want to be there when it happens. You know what Woody Allen also said? This is very funny, attributed to Groucho Marx. Here's somebody with low self-esteem. Does this person have low self-esteem or not? I would never want to join a club that has me as a member. Isn't that it? I'll say it again. I would never want to join a club that would have me as a member. Now that is low self-esteem. Well, old, you know, you're only as old as you feel. That's right, RCB. Leeds, UK, I love you Brits. Come on, go ahead and buy me a plane ticket. North Pole? God, I'm glad you can get internet up there. You're on my 50-inch plaza screen. Just blew out my speakers with that shout. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Susan McDonald, Rosie Bangle, are you can you hear me any other way? I am, well, I apologize. Send me the bill. What do you think is hard to deal with, anxiety or depression? Funny you should mention that. I have a video that I did with my good friend Noah Thomas, and you should look it up. It's an amazing video. We did it together. Okay, here's the video. Rosie Bangle, tell me if your speakers are fixed. That's the name of the video. And the answer is they're both bad, but they're different. When you're super anxious like I was, you can't go to the house, you can't function. When you're super depressed, you can kind of wander around, but you're just feeling black and dark. I think anxiety is more disabling, but depression is more dangerous because of the, the thoughts, the dark thoughts that come up and, the idea of checking out of here. They're both bad in their own way, but they're often linked. You know that 80% of the people who have depression have anxiety and vice versa. So they often come together in a package. Isn't that wonderful? I'm battling anxiety because of my diagnosis, leukemia. Well, Lucy Lou, I have a video called Chronic Pain and Depression, Hell on Wheels. Any health crisis is going to make depression worse. When you're sick, the world looks darker. The world looks more constricted. They work in tandem. It's a very difficult thing to be depressed and have a leukemia, cancer, anything, diabetes. But God, you have the resources to battle this. So good luck. Get good health care and mental health and physical health. A 2000 in my way. Well, okay. Well, I just need to give you my address. That's all. Look after yourself. How did astrology help me? How do you know I did astrology? Well, when I was in my dark place in 1996, I met an astrologer at a party and said, Doug, the planet Pluto is squaring your sun like this. This will be over till in December of 1996. It was May. If you could just hang in there for 8 months, that seemed like an eternity, but just hang on. This transit will lift. You will get out of hell. You will get out of the dark house. You will get out of, purgatory, and you will rise again like the phoenix. And where is the phoenix? Whatever happened to Julie Hayes? She's such a cool person. Anyway, this is her diagram. From the ashes I rise. So she told me that in December 96, the ashes, I would rise out of the ashes. She was right. So it gave me the patience to hang in there. Lucy Lou, we're all praying and visualizing your healing. Yeah, well, astrology is something that everybody, practices or even believes in, but for those who do believe, it's an amazing, powerful tool. All right, Jennifer and Rosie Bangle, 50 miles away. You should meet in the middle. Well, let's see if we can find some more jokes. Oh, you should get astrology for yourself, Catherine. It's considered the best used book in the world. Well, I love to read. I'm reading a really good anti-gravity book. It's so good I can't put it down. What did the electrician say after he was fired? I'm shocked. There you go. There's two. And my favorite one, why did the scarecrow become a really good neurosurgeon? He was outstanding in his field. And I am coughing because of my dry cough. So it's time to take a lozenge. Did you hear about the cannibal that passed his friend in the trail? I don't get it, but you know what a cannibal is? He's somebody who goes into a restaurant and orders a waiter. That was from the great comedian Maury Amsterdam. A cannibal is somebody who goes into a restaurant and orders a waiter. Doch it all, haha, that's German, I know. Sorry, laughing on Douglas' joke. Scarecrow, yes, please speak in a normal accent. Okay. This is an American accent. How's that? All right, so 3 weeks from today, I'm doing How to Rewire Your Anxious Brain. No, let me say that again. In 37 minutes, I'm doing How to Rewire Your Anxious Brain Part 2, which means I'm going to get off here to prepare around 12:47, between 12:45 and 12:50. 3 weeks from today is Healing from Depression and Anxiety, Body, Mind, Spirit Recovery Program, a webinar. Go to Unity Spiritual Explorers. Oh, that's Dutch. Well, it sounds like German a little bit. All right. Okay, so all you have to do is say Unity Spiritual Explorers, and you can find my webinar in 3 weeks. All right. Yeah, anxiety can wear you out more in some ways than depression. Absolutely, Rosie Bangle. It's exhausting. Anxiety is exhausting. A whole day of, because you know why it's exhausting, Rosie Bangle? Because it's the fight or flight mechanism that's being stimulated. I'll write that down. Fight or flight. Hey, it's almost it's almost 30 minutes after the hour. Let's have one of you Brits make a small donation. Where is David Holden when we need him? And where is also Steve Young, the mind warrior? And some of our regular UK listeners are absent. And what about Jason Clulo, who is really good at corny jokes? 3 of these guys, I hope they haven't been kidnapped. Today is 1 month that I'm on the antidepressant escitalopram, which I think is Lexapro. I feel amazing. I cannot believe it works so well. Good for you, TNT. Antidepressants are hit and miss. I'm glad you had a hit. It's amazing to see how many people talking about depression. Robin Stanley, where? Here? Well, they should. This is a depression recovery channel. What are they going to talk about? Real estate? Or do you mean how many people in the world? I mean, everybody who's here should be talking about depression. We're not going to talk about baseball. By the way, what's going on in the playoffs? I used to be a baseball fanatic, and I haven't been following it. How are the Yankees doing? That's all I care about. According to Lazy Eye Ranch, I just got approved by Medi-Cal to see a therapist for evaluation and treatment. I'm afraid to try yet another antidepressant. I had a bad side effects while I tried. Well, Lazy Eye Ranch, you can, there are other ways to change your brain in addition to antidepressants, like that chart I just showed. Exercise, deep breathing, laughing, seeing funny videos, love, connection, pets. There are many things, forgiveness. So, you can try a medication, but if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. I hope a medication works, but there are many other things you can do. So I hope your therapist can give you some good tools. I have been in that mode all week. You mean the anxiety mode, Rosie Bangle? You can fully recover from depression, or is it always there, humming in the background? Well, it's there in the background, but it can be so low that you can't even hear it. Look. This is what this wonderful guy named Mark Hennick said. Depression, like everything, comes in cycles. You can feel good for a while and then you dip. You feel good for a while and then you dip. But if you follow the program I and others recommend, and if you log your moods on a depression scale, so let's 1 to 10 is right. 10 is I feel amazing. 1 is I feel suicidal, right? So you want to be like a 5 or 6. And if you notice yourself dipping in below a 5, okay, time to take out calling the troops. Call your therapist for an extra meeting, take time off of work, go get a jacuzzi massage, take care of yourself. So when you see it coming on, you can nip it in the bud so it doesn't end up as a major depressive episode. So it's something you always have to be on the lookout for, but you can still have a joyful and productive life in between episodes, and you might not even have a major episode. So yes, it's in the background, but as long as you know the symptoms and how to respond to them, you can be fine. Does that answer your question, IVI? Thanks to technology and science, which I'm using, I can see live on mobile. Well, of course, Sunrise, this is the age of miracles and wonders. This is the long-distance call. The way the camera follows us in slow-mo, the way something I saw Hey, could someone look up the first 4 lines of Boy in the Bubble for me? By Paul Simon. I'd really appreciate it. Sunrise GM, I'm too aggressive towards my family members. They are fed up by my aggressiveness. Suggest me something. Yeah, go into counseling and find out what that aggressiveness is about. Where is it coming from? Is it irritability based on depression? Is it repressed anger? Go find the source and handle. I'm sure you can. Meditation and mindfulness help solve. Absolutely. Jack Godfrey, Adele Kozak, where are you from in the UK? Romania. That's not quite the UK. Anyway, I'm going to look up Boy in the Bubble if nobody else will. All right, here we go. I'm going to go to Google, and then I'm going to go find search Boy in the Bubble, Paul Simon lyrics. These are the age. This is the age of miracles and wonder. This is the long distance call. The way the Carol Rimmer follows us in slow-mo, the way we look to us all. The way we look to a distant constellation dying in the corner of the sky. These are the days of miracles and wonders. And don't cry, baby, don't cry. Yep. So there you have it. You can see me on mobile. You can see anybody on mobile. When news happens, bingo. You know it like that. It's amazing. Have you tried reading a Bible and joining a church? It helped me a lot. Yeah, I agree. I think that religious connection, spiritual connection, really, like an AA, can be immensely useful. I'm a huge believer. I was healed by a prayer group in 1996. I believe in spirituality. But yes, you've been in fight or flight all week? Yes, incredibly scared evaluation coming over where they take all my benefit money. Oh my God, that is going to produce anxiety. Absolutely. Survival, finances, I'm praying for you in here. And this is what you should do, Rosie Bangle. I want you to do something, and this will really calm you. Call Silent Unity. 24-hour prayer service. They're amazing. I guarantee you will feel better. They'll hold you in the light. Whoops, I'm not going to give you the 800 number because you're not in America. 1-816-969. Thank God I still have a good memory. I thank my mother. Esther Block, thank you so much for giving me your great memory. Anyway, call that number. You'll get a beautiful affirmative prayer, and they'll say that you're wrapped up in the love and the security of the divine. You'll be taken care of, all is well, and they'll hold you in the light for 30 days. You will feel so much better when that happens. And I'm going to hold for you that you will get approved and be able to continue on your benefits. I was homeless for a while. Look, I understand what it's like to be without. Abdullah Madasif, hey, nice to see you again. Very nice. Let's go back to Lazy Eye Ranch here. By the way, anybody tell me how many people we have watching? I'd like to know. My depression is caused by circumstances. I think any one of my issues would be struggling. Mine isn't a chemical imbalance. It's loss and heartache and extreme loneliness, plus an abusive ex. Okay, so Lazy Eye Ranch, a therapist can help you deal with that. I'm glad you have an evaluation. You have situational depression. You have what's called reactive depression. That means, or exogenous. It's coming from the outside. You're reacting to something from the outside. You're absolutely right. Anybody would be depressed in your situation. So get some help, get some therapy, learn some coping tools, meditate, do everything you can, enlist allies. And by the way, all of my breakdowns have been caused by external circumstances, I understand. 49, that's cool. Sometimes we've had up to 70, but it's a beautiful fall day. Maybe people are going out and mowing their lawn. Yes, it's the greatest threat. Well, it's a threat to your survival, obviously. Rosie Bangle, of course you're anxious. Of course you're scared. Hey, if you were being chased by a saber-toothed tiger, you'd be anxious too, right? This is survival you're talking about. Money, that's a big problem. Financial stress is a huge issue for people with depression. I have a video called Depression and Money Problems, and it's a big problem with people with depression because their depression makes them less able to work, hold a job, and get money. So, will you call that number, Rosie Bangle? Promise me you will, and get back to me. Where was your mother from, if you remember? Oh, it was my grandmother who was from there. My Mother was born in America in 1917. My grandmother came over from Romania, and I never asked her what part, unfortunately. Good luck, Rosie B. What a stressful situation. Praying for you. Thank you, RCB. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, we just did our lawn. Well, thank you, little guy. Hey, from Canada. God, Nicole, I knew your name once. Lisa. I think your name is Lisa. Anyway, thank you. I got a really nice email and comment from you. In the meantime, hey, all you cheapskates, click on that $sign. Give me a few shekels, will you? That'd be nice. I love Paul Simon's It's Lazy Eye Ranch. When he won a Grammy for Best Album in 1976, he said, and most of all, I'd like to thank Stevie Wonder, who didn't make an album this year. Stevie won in 74, 75, 77. Of course, the 3 great albums, Songs in the Key of Life, Fulfilling This First Finale, and Inner Visions. What a great run he had. I love Stevie Wonder. Raise your hand if you love Stevie Wonder. I still listen to his music to get inspired. Oh my God, what a big heart he had. What a spiritual being. Yes, bless you, Lugai. Well, hey, come to my Healing from Depression and Anxiety. And I know you live in Canada, right? What do you think of the Toronto Raptors? They beat my Golden State Warriors. Oh, yuck. Anyway, yeah, I find Sam Harris meditation app helps. Yes, I've heard about that. I'm still cracking up over the scarecrow joke. Well, it wasn't my joke, but I like to pass on good stuff. By the way, what's another Wizard of Oz joke? I don't know, but we can talk about dinosaurs that were extinct, but before they got extinct, they had bills to pay like everyone. And what did they pay their bills with? Tyrannosaurus checks. I've got so many jokes. We need to wait for Christmas to tell this joke. But why was Santa hell but depressed? He had low self-esteem, and here's a $25 from Wish I Was in Italy. God, you did that before, my friend. Well, you get a free ebook. When Going Through Hell, Don't Stop. And I'll tell you why I love your name. Thank you for the contribution. Ask me any question you want. And on a bucket list I have before I die, I want to go to Italy. Even the woman who waited on me yesterday for the hot tub for the sauna was half Italian. All my friends were half Italian when I was growing up. I did a report on Italy. I love Italian food. I love tomatoes. So many of my friends have gone there. So wish I was in Italy. I'm going to actually, but I'm not going to wish I was. I'm going to go. Tell me some good places to go to. I want to go to Florence and Venice. We did enjoy the Raptor Room. Extraordinary. I know. I was very upset with it. You missed the jokes? Well, someone repeat it. What a time not to be able to find a pen. That's very funny. Stevie is a wonder. Rosie, yep. Well, why did the Scarecrow become a great neurosurgeon? He was outstanding in his field. That's one of the jokes. You know, anybody live in, you live in California, Lazy Eye Ranch. What did one tectonic plate say when he bumped into another? Sorry, my fault. All right. Selena Slink, interesting name. Schizoaffective disorder my partner has. My daughter suffered from school refusal and missed high school. Still is isolated at 21. Could they be related or just misfortune? I'm not quite sure why your daughter suffered from school refusal. So hard to know. But you know, when there's mental illness in the family, it's hard on everybody. You feel like home there? You mean you've gone to Italy? Hey, Adele Kozlak from Romania. Do me a favor. DouglasBlog@gmail.com. Send me some tips. Where should I go in Italy? What restaurant should I eat at? What museum should I go to? What do I do on a daily basis to prevent relapse, Adele? Funny you mention that. Except I can't find it. Well, this is me. I can lose, well, bad affirmation. I didn't know what I did with that thing. It was my little chart. It's disappeared. Oh my God, this is scary. Well, I have a list of about 45 things I do on this chart I held up. It's called Self-Care Activities to Improve Your Mood. Physical self-care, mental emotional self-care, spiritual connection, social support, and lifestyle habits. 5 areas of self-care is what I do. And here we are. This is what I do. Boost your psychological immune system. Spend time in nature. Have fun. Feed your spirit, eat well, lighten up, get moving, talk yourself up, be creative, stay connected, get involved, help others, find healthy ways to deal with stress, fake it till you make it, have fun, take a deep breath, get regular sleep, find ways to relax, and spend time in nature. I said that. That's what I do. What's brown and sticky? The stick. How can I avoid depressive episodes in the future? One day at a time. You don't want to experience another one ever again? Well, one day at a time, Ivy. You can't predict what's going to happen, but you can take care of yourself in the here and now the best you can. So I have to build up from the just for thing I do now. I'm not quite sure what that means, but yes, the more the merrier. Just keep adding on to stuff. You don't have to, but the more ways you can take care of yourself, see what it says right here? It says boost your psychological immune system. We have a physical immune system, but we also have a psychological immune system. You can build that up by doing self-care activities and kind of, getting yourself stronger. So when the moods come or when the adverse events come, you can hang in there and stand up to it. Eliza Hopkins, go to Assisi. Beautiful scenery, wonderful food, welcoming atmosphere. Thank you. St. Francis is one of my favorite people. Okay, what's the prayer of St. Francis? Eliza Hopkins. What does it say? Come on. Oh my God. I used to know it by heart. Something, for it is giving and that we are receiving, giving that we received. Oh, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. That's right. Where there's hatred, let me sow love. Where there is discord, let me sow unity, etc., etc., etc. That's a beautiful prayer. Also, I believe in reincarnation. I think I was a Franciscan monk in Spain in 1542 or something like that. I've made a note of that prayer number and I will ring it on my phone. If my phone allows it, Doug. Well, can you make long distance calls from the UK to America? You may have to pay a couple of shekels, yeah, you can't use WhatsApp. Yeah, you just have to find a way to make a long distance call. Some people have Google and they can do it from there, but that's what it is. Your phone will allow it if you can make a long distance call. Jack Godfrey, Ivy, try meditation. I agree. And Eliza Hopkins, tell me more places to go. Lazy Ranch, I think I've missed about half this chat. Connection is so slow. Last week I was still watching 20 minutes after it ended. Rural internet stinks, but better than nothing. Absolutely. Just get some, what do you call those things? Fiber optics coming out to your place. Like, yeah, not in 50 years. Use WhatsApp or Skype. Yeah, but Sharky, if you're going to call Silent Unity, you can use WhatsApp to call any place, can't you? You don't have to use it to call another WhatsApp person. Very good. WhatsApp is a free application. Whoever wanted to call from the UK. Who was that? Was it Rosie Bangle? No. Yes, it might have been. Yeah, I think so. Use WhatsApp. That's right. I use WhatsApp all the time. St. John's wort is actually working quite well. It used to be the most popular antidepressant in Germany at one point. I'm not too religious, or I'm not religious, but I love that St. Francis prayer. I'm crazy about animals, so of course. I have 24 pets. Lazy Ranch, go back to school and become a veterinarian. 24 pets, oh my God. I'm not sure if my provider allows international, as I think there's a cap, but if you use WhatsApp, you don't have to worry about that. Anyway, the whole conversation will take no more than 5 minutes. Abdullah Masatif, $10, thank you. Just a small donation to keep this live chats coming back. You do a lot, thank you. Abdullah, what part of the world do you live in? I know your name comes from the Middle East, but you could be anywhere. Thank you, by the way. Good idea, Sharky, about the, about WhatsApp. That doesn't go through your regular phone carrier, by the way. You just have to use data. Well, it's 12:41. In about 6 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and leave and go to my other computer and check out who's there for my other workshop and get something to eat. You know, talking for an hour straight and then talking for an hour straight on the other chat and then going for a bike ride, especially when I'm kind of fasting, that takes a lot of energy. It takes more energy to talk, I think, than it even does to exercise. Anyway, it burns a lot of calories in your brain. So I'm going to kind of nourish myself before I go on to my next workshop. Next Saturday is the 13th of November. Let's start again. Next Saturday is the 13th of October. Where did 2019 go? The older you get, okay, is anybody here over 35? I mean, the older you get, the faster time goes. Is anybody here older than I am? You guys are just a bunch of young whippersnappers. There must be somebody here in their 60s. Anyway, have you noticed? Time speeds up as you get older. 16 of those pets are goats. My buck is for sale. Bring them right up here. I would give them to the first to show up. Don't need more babies, so they are adorable. Yes, I am. You're 26. No, that's not six. It's not in your 60s. That's not going to cut it. I love the number 26 and the age. I had a great time. When I was 26, I was locked up in a halfway house after a nervous breakdown. But at 27, I came out of it. You're nearly 60? Okay, Lagai, is time speeding up? Does each year seem to be going by more quickly? Fess up, I think it does. 54, yeah, I'd love to be 54, 44, 47. And time is flying alarmingly so. Yeah, wait till 23 years goes by, huh? Well, I dropped my joke book. Anybody have a good joke? Let me see. You have to have a one-liner, of course. This is from Woody Allen again. Now, some of you guys are not going to find this funny, but if you're Jewish and from New York, or if you're from New York, you will find it funny. Two ladies are having lunch in a restaurant. The first lady says, you know, the food here is terrible. And the second woman says, yes, in such small portions too. Okay, who understands that joke? I'll say it again. The food here is terrible, yes, and such small portions too. Hey, what do rain clouds wear for clothes? Thunderwear. You're in my late 40s. Merry Christmas. Thank you. It does speed up. Hello from Chesapeake, Virginia. Yes, that's a very famous place, Chesapeake. I don't know why. I threw my vacuum unit. Well, it was just gathering dust. That's very good. That's very good. You know, I have a stack of, God, let's go back. This is Jason Clue. I have a bunch of, I'd like to tell you some jokes about chimneys. I've got a stack of them. There we go. Lia Benetti from Italy. Where do you start on treatment for the horrible trifecta of ADD, anxiety, and depression all at once? I'm on a stimulant for the ADD. Well, you first go to a doctor. There are some medications that can deal with all of them, but you also deal with the self-care activities I talked about. Exercise helps anxiety, ADD, and depression. You know, love and connection helps all of them. There are things you can do. Poor guy, Suzanne, but I can't help but laugh. And what was the laugh about? 54 people in here now. Hey, Michael, we're kind of joining more people. Too bad I'm going to be checking out sooner, signing off. I don't want to check out. I have so much to do. 50 cent. This is actually true. This is why I named him. My buck has only one testicle, so he's half a buck. That's why I called him, wait for it, 50 cent. Is that like 50 cents? I guess it is. Half a buck. Oh, that is a horrible joke. My God. I can see you as a client. I live in Ohio. Yeah, just take a plane to Portland. I do coaching long distance. I was laughing at Suzanne's 50% goat. I got that, Rosie Bengal. I just saw it. I went back and saw it. Very, very, very funny. By the way, someone just gave me $10. That was Abdullah Masif, right? If you send me if you email me, I'll send you a free ebook of When Going Through Hell Don't Stop. All right. Well, does anybody have anything final to say before I go out, eat, and get ready for my my next seminar, which I will not be doing next week, so I will be able to go the full hour until 12. Stimulant for AT is supposedly causing anxiety and insomnia, so not which word to treat first. Well, if you have ADD and if you take a stimulant, it's supposed to calm you down. So if it's giving you more anxiety, please talk to your prescriber and see what else you can do. Brian Junko, another Woody Allen, who's an atheist, his ex was agnostic. They got divorced because they couldn't decide which religion not to bring the kids up in. That's really funny. I have not heard that one before. I'm going to copy that. Can I stop with you for coaching from Ohio? Yeah, just go ahead and email me, douglasblock@gmail.com. Thank you for all that you do. Thanks for Doug for sharing your time. Everything will pass. A lot of hugs for those who struggle. Yes, Adela Kozlak. You're the one who's from Romania, right? Okay, well, have a wonderful Sunday, everybody. Have a wonderful upcoming week. Just remember, the fear behind all fears is the fear of not being able to cope, okay? We all have fears, we all have anxieties, but if you knew you could handle everything that comes your way or whatever comes your way, you would be less afraid. So the affirmation to help with fear is I have the ability to handle whatever comes my way. And I'm going to write that down. You guys can copy it, and that's the last thing I'm going to write down before I leave. And here we go. There is, if you're afraid, if you're anxious, if you're nervous, tell yourself that. Michael Stageman, nice to hear from you. I believe you're from Germany. Ivy, I don't know where you're from, but I love your name. And simple living, yes, yes, yes. So repeat that affirmation. Or better yet, you can say, I can handle it. And if you're religious or have a spirituality, you can say, God and I can handle it. Or if you rather think of your higher power, I can't type. Okay, Holland, that's right, Michael. Okay, I'll remember that. How can I remember Holland? Well, I went to Holland and loved it. I went to the Van Gogh Museum. Well, yes, you're right. Anxiety does suck, Bethany, but you can still handle it or do your best. Okay. I was a Baptist and he was Satan. Well, let's go on a more positive note. Someone say something positive before I hang up. Can that protection affect the ears? Maybe. Good night, Jennifer. Well, that's a good way to go. Rosie Bangle, love your name. Lazy Ranch, keep up the faith. Hope your medical appointment goes well. Until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery.